This delightfully devilish intro was sponsored by Dashlane. Last time on Tim Tom Gets Hacked. Will you be my friend?
Oh, you silly boy. I've been your friend this whole time. I was there when you took your first steps. I was there when your first RuneScape account got hacked because someone convinced you to type your password in chat. True story, by the way. You see, the reason I hacked you was to show you the importance of protecting your online accounts by using a password manager. Reusing passwords is one of the most common ways people get hacked, and with Dashlane, you can use a unique password on every website.
I'm calling the police!
Wait, don't you want to hear about everything else Dashlane does? Like alerting you if one of the sites you use gets hacked? Or that it can autofill more than just passwords, like your credit card info and payment details?
You literally just told me. And it honestly sounds great. Police!
Come on, man, I was gonna do this whole thing about how I'm you, but with stronger passwords.
Police!
Yeah, alright, good luck with that. I'm hanging up now.
Police!
Go to dashlane.com/TimTom to get Dashlane on your first device for free, and use the promo code TimTom to get 25% off Dashlane Premium.
Police!
My mom is a single parent, and when I was growing up, she'd sometimes go on dates. You know, try to find me a stepdaddy. There was this one guy, Steve, who was actually pretty cool. He always made a point of taking the whole family out to do stuff instead of leaving my sister and I at home. My mom didn't really like him, and she told him as much, but we still did a bunch of stuff together. He had a boat, we almost died in Mexico.
It's about time I come clean. In my first video, I made a little throwaway joke about almost dying in Mexico. At first, I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but comment after comment has rolled in for years. Everyone wants to know, how did he almost die in Mexico? And putting aside that sick rhyme for a second, because you already know I got bars, the truth is, we almost died on our way to Mexico. We hadn't crossed the border yet. That change didn't seem like a big deal, but now I know better. Thanks for understanding and for respecting my family's privacy at this time. No more questions.
I can't believe he lied to us.
I don't know. Is it really fair for us to judge him from the comfort of our home when he... Oh my god!
Having an audience is an enormous responsibility. You have every right to hold me accountable for what I say.
If I say okay, will you tell us the Mexico story?
I thought you'd never ask. When I knew him, Steve was a bus driver. A church group hired the company he worked for to drive a busload of kids from Idaho down to Mexico so they could go build a church or something, I don't know. But he called my mom and said something like, "Hey, Tim's mom, I gotta take a bunch of kids down to Mexico. Do you and yours wanna also go?" And then Mom Tom, with her trademark charm, replied, sure. When the day came, Steve drove a massive bus down our tiny neighborhood street to pick us up, and maybe it was just because I was but a wee lad, but I swear it was bigger than our house. The bus drive was pretty long, and at first it was intimidating to be with a bunch of strangers, but one of the kids and I ended up getting along really well. We talked about movies, science, and even figured out how to take over the world. I'll never tell. We were gonna spend the night in Las Vegas, but when we got into town, Steve missed the exit. Then he missed the next one. My mom leaned in and asked, "Steve, why didn't you get off?" And then Steve said, "No brakes." Now that I've gotten to the good part, let's check back in on this B-plot, huh? Can you believe I just busted down a door? What's that all about?
Stop that. What happens next?
Okay, well the brakes finally started working and we spent the night at a motel. The bus company sent a mechanic and they assured us that there wouldn't be any more problems. Yep, all fixed. We dropped the church group off in San Diego and had like a week to do whatever while we waited for them to come back. So the four of us went up to Disneyland, and honestly, the best part was when we pulled into the Disney parking lot and the lot attendants went out of their way to clear a space right up front for our massive bus, and then like 4 people came out. The park was okay, I guess. A lot of people are super into Disneyland, including my buddy Gary from the parkour video, but I'm not gonna get distracted because this video is about almost dying, and nobody has ever died in Disneyland. Nobody has ever had a bad day in Disneyland. There can only be smiles in the land of Disney. The mouse requires your compliance. When it came time to go pick up the church group, we thought it would be fun to first drive down to the border, walk into Mexico, and be dumb tourists for a little bit. But Steve missed the turn into a parking lot, so we were driving straight toward the border crossing with no choice but to pull a big ol' U-turn. And I don't know if you know this, but buses can't do U-turns. The bus stalled in the middle of the road, perpendicular to traffic. This is the part where we almost died.
Finally.
I didn't have a ton of situational awareness because I was 7, but my mom knew what was up and threw my sister and I to the far side of the bus. A ton of cars were screaming toward us and just barely skidded to a stop without ramming into the bus. It was a really close call. My mom was pretty shaken up by the incident. But then we went into Mexico and I got my very own little marble chess set from a shop. The horsies are my favorite.
Horses. So, you gonna fix my door?
Oh no, the video's ending! Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. I had so much fun making this video. Hopefully we did a good job showing how far the channel has come since my first video, but if you didn't pick up on any of the callbacks because you're new or something, consider subscribing. I mean, you made it this far, so like, you might as well, right? Okay, bye, see you next time!